Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks all for joining. So let's set our mood rightly to hear the glories of Lord Jagannath as we are nearing the Jagannatha Rath Yatra by next week. So Jagannath is so special in this Kali Yuga. By just listening about and remembering his pastimes, we will be able to increase our chances to go back to Godhead. Because, as mentioned in 4.9 Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yevam Yo Vetti Tattvadaga Tattva Degam Punarjanma Naitimam Itiso Arjuna. So, one who hears the pastime and appearance of Lord will not take birth in this material world, so he definitely go back to the Godhead. So that is the assurance Lord is giving in Bhagavad Gita. So let us have that mood. Okay, but by listening this particular pastime, we get our chances increased to go back to Godhead. So there are various pastimes. Definitely, a Lord Jagannath pastime cannot be comprised or described in 1 hour or like a 2 hour or 3 hour session. Not even days and months. Just his glories are unlimited. Hmm? So whatever we could able to cover, let us cover in this particular class. Let us set our mood rightly. Okay, Hare Krishna. Before beginning, let us offer our pranam mantra. Okay, Hare Krishna. Sorry, share the screen again. Yeah. नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यं जगन्नाथये नमः. Internet issues. Okay. Let me share the screen again. Yeah. नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यं जगन्नाथयते नमः. I offer my humble prostrated obeisances to the eternal supreme power, Sri Jagannath, the super soul of all living entities, who resides with his divine elder brother, Sri Balabhadra, and little sister Sri Devi Subhadra in the most holy abode of Nilachal, Puri, which is a Nitya Vaikuntha. It is Puri Dham or Nilachal Dham is called Nitya Vaikuntha. Okay. So why we need to hear the pastimes of the Lord? How um, we can set our mind why we need to hear the pastimes of the Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto, there is a very nice sloka. तदेव रम्यं रुचिरं नवं नवं तदेव सश्वन्मनसो महोत्सवम् तदेव शोकर्णवशोषणं नृणं यदुत्तमश्लोकयशोऽनुगीयते तदेव रम्यं रुचिरं नवं नवं तदेव शश्वन्मनसो महोत्सवम् तदेव शोकर्णवशोषणं नृणाम् Yaduttamasloka So, Tadeva Ramyam. Those words describe the glories of all personality of Godhead. Ruchiram Navam Navam. Navam means okay, it is very newer. So every time while we are glorifying the Lord, okay, it is first of all Ruchi. It is very, very palatable. Then it is creating like a Navam Navam. It is new and new. Tadeva Sashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. In our manas, okay, in our mind, it will be like, okay, whenever we are hearing the pastimes of the Lord, it has to create the festive mood. Okay, the great festive mood has to be created in our mind. Okay, that is the reason we need to hear the pastimes of the Lord. Tadeva Shokarnava Soshanam. Okay, all that. ocean of misery, which drives all the person has to get away, will be get away, like okay, will get away by hearing the pastimes of the Lord. Then yeah, when yad uttama sloka, yeah, so anugiyate. Anugiyate means like whenever the glories of the Lord been sung, okay, then yeah, yad uttama sloka, okay, whenever the glories of the Lord been sung, it would be creating the ruchi, like a palatable thing, which is newer and newer. Like it would be Navam Navam, and it will create in our mind the greatness of the festive mood, and it will remove all the miseries. Okay, so that is the reason we need to hear them. So whenever we have to sing, we have to remember in that mood. Okay, so the reasons of Lord appearance, there are various reasons for Lord to appear. So one particular, some of the reasons, like let's see, uh, s- yeah, some of the reasons. Let's see, like why Lord is appearing. Okay, in one occasion, the Queen of the Dwarakas, they were asking Rohini Mata, okay, you have seen Krishna and Balram did various pastimes in Vrindavana. We have not got the chance to see that. Can you please explain how they did and why they did? Okay. Then Rohini Mata is saying, okay, I will explain, but with one condition. Subhadra has to go near to the door and she has to see whether Krishna or Balram is coming. Because if Krishna and Balram hear these pastimes, immediately they will go into Vrindavan mood and they will go into ecstasy, which we don't want to happen now because we are in Dwaraka. So Subhadra like went too near to the door, and Rohini Mata is explaining the greatest pastimes of Lord Balram and Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. So all the Queen of Dwarakas, queens go into ecstasy mode by hearing this pastime. Even Subhadra also like okay gone into ecstasy. So by the time Krishna and Balram also came there, and they are also hearing, and they are also gone into ecstasy. That ecstasy is like, oh, did we perform this much pastime, like this pastime? So their eyes like become enlarged, and their hands become like okay shortened. So they are completely into ecstasy. That is a form we could able to see like a Jagannath form is the ecstasy mode being represented by their eyes or like a wide open. So then Narada is appearing there and he is requesting. He saw the particular Mahabhava Prakasa of the form of the Lord. And immediately he is requesting, Lord, we have seen all your form now, but I request the same form to be known to the whole world. Then Lord says, okay, okay, I will appear as a in the Nilachala Kshetra or Puri Kshetra as a Neela Madhav for first 50 years, and next 50 years, like I'll be called as a Jagannatha, Lord of the Universe. Okay, so that is the request of Narada Muni. Lord is appearing. Then in another occasion, Lord Brahma is going and requesting Lord, Lord, I'm creating the so many population and like so many living beings in this material world. And everyone is like in this Kali Yuga, everyone is engrossed in the material things, okay, material enjoyment. And I don't see many are performing the bhakti in a greatest manner. So I fear like, okay, the Kali would be too much engrossed, and many would be like okay, going into very hellish planet. So how you can show the special mercy? Then Lord Krishna explaining to Brahma, I will be appearing as a Neela Madhav and Jagannath in the Puri Dham, and once anyone visit the Puri Dham, all their sins would be eradicated, and they will get the greatest chance to go back to the spiritual world. So that is a benediction like he gives whomsoever visiting Puridam. So they are all the sins committed, like okay, will be eradicated. So that is a boon like Krishna is giving to Lord Brahma. So that is the significance of Puridam. Now, another occasion like we saw in the last week, where in the Kailash, Lord Shiva is meeting Narada Muni. Narada Muni was so ecstasy. So then Shiva is asking how and why you are this much ecstasy. I have never seen. Then he says, okay, I got the Mahaprasadam from Lord Krishna, and while tasting, like I got into ecstasy. Then immediately Shiva is saying, okay, where is my share? Then he told, okay, I almost completed, but there is very little left over in my finger. So if you don't mind, like you can take that. So then Lord Shiva takes that particular Mahaprasad, and he goes into a very ecstasy mode. Okay, he is dancing greatly. Then by seeing this, Parvati comes. Okay, Parvati is asking Shiva, what is the occasion? You are in greatest joy. Then they explain the whole scenario. Then Parvati was so upset. Where is my share? So immediately Shiva says, "Oh, I completely forgot, and I couldn't able to control myself to reserve it for you. I taken the full prasadam." Then Krishna knows, okay, what the situation is going to be, because Parvati is going to get angry. Then immediately he appeared on that occasion, and he says, okay, in Puridam, a lot of offering will be given to me. Okay, and I will, after I taste the boha, it comes as a prasadam, and it will be offered to you, like as a Bimala Devi. The prasadam would be offered to Vimal Devi, like okay, in Puridam. Then after that only, like it will be given to, after you taste, like okay, it will be given to all the devotees. So that is another pastime about Puridam and the prasadam. Okay, see, like the greatest Mahabhava Prakasha form of the Lord. Okay, this is some of the pastimes only. There are many other pastimes. Okay, one time King Indradumnya, he wanted to, he got a dream like if a Lord will appear in his kingdom. So he was curious to know like when and where he is going to appear. Then he is sending his one of the Brahmana Vidyapati to Nilachal location temple, and he is meeting on the way like a tribal Vishwarupa, and Vishwarupa taking okay, he is explaining, Vidyavati is explaining, okay, King Indra got the dream, and he want to see like a Lord Nila Madhav. Then tribal Vishwarupa is taking Vidyapati, and they both are seeing the form of the Lord like a Nila Madhav. And on the way, Vishwarupa is offering a great feast to Vidyapati. The Vidyapati is so satisfied, and he is coming and explaining all those things to like a King Indradumnya. So Indradumnya, while Vidyapati is again like taking back Indradumnya to the same place, the Lord disappeared. Like a Lord was not there, and immediately he was like so upset. Then Narada appearing in that particular location, okay, he says, okay, you need to perform 1,000 Aswamedha Yajna, and Lord Daru Brahma, after performing this, Lord Daru Brahma will come. Okay, Lord Daru Brahman means like nothing but the hair of the Lord. Okay, then there would be another, the architect will come. It is a hair of the Lord. Okay, hair of the Lord. So there is an architect, the chief architect will come, who is called Vishwakarma. Okay, he will do the carpenting for 21 days. So he comes and he says, okay, I will go and lock the door. Okay, I will do the chiseling. I will create the deity. Okay, but no one should disturb. Okay, okay, fine. King Dridumni accepted, and Vishwakarma is like okay, doing the chiseling and the carpenting work for 14 days. After 14th day, he's but in that 14 days also, King Indradumna was so curious to see the form of the Lord. Then after 14th day, like he is unable to hear any sound inside the room. Then he was doubting what happened to Vishwakarma because he was old. He was doubting, okay, anything happened to Vishwakarma. he immediately opens the door. Then, to his surprise, like okay, he's seeing the form of the Lord. Then he's not seeing Vishwakarma. Then King Drumya was very much worried. Oh, did I disturb? I am seeing only partial form of the Lord. He was so upset. Then immediately Narada Muni appears. Okay, no, this is the form of the Lord. When Rogini Mata was explaining the pastimes of the Lord, like they were into ecstasy. That is what, like, okay, the form of the Lord in Jagannath, Baldeva, Subhadramai. Okay, so this has to be like okay, worshipped by all the all the common people. In the first 50, it would be like a worship in that manner. So Narada expressed like a lot this year. So Brahma came and installed these deities in Puri Dham. Okay, so at the time, King Indradumna was asking three boons to the Lord. Okay, one is he don't want to have any son. Okay, because if you have son, then they will say, okay, it is my property. It shouldn't be the king's property. The temple is the property belongs to everyone. Okay, that is the real mindset of the king. Okay, it is a we are the servant, and that is the reason. Like even if you see today before the Rath Yatra, like the king sweeps the floor to just highlight. Okay, I am the servant of the Lord. I am not the owner of anything. Okay, so he wanted like okay, he don't want to have any son, so that like okay, in the future generation uh, will not say okay, it is my temple. So for that reason, like he told, I don't want to have any son. Then you should not sleep. Okay, Lord should not sleep. That is the reason. Like okay, Lord not having eyelid also. Okay, the Lord Jagannath don't have eyelid because if you have eyelid, then only you will be sleeping. So Lord is not having any eyelid, and in Puri Dham, only 3 to 4 hours the temple will be closed. But during that time also, Lord is not sleeping. Lord giving darshan for the demigods every day. You could see like okay, demigods take darshan in the night time because the whole daytime, uh, and the evening time and the morning time, like all the common people will take the darshan. Only in the night time, when others are sleeping, Lord will give the darshan to the demigod. Okay, so Lord is not sleeping at all in Puri Dham. Okay, the then Lord Jagannath. Okay, uh, then eating boha. His main task in Puri Dham is eating boha and providing prasadam. So he gives the mercy via prasadam. Okay, so there is one good saying. If you see, Lord wants to take rest, he will go to Sri Rangam, okay, in the Sayana form. If he wants to eat, if he is hungry, he wants to eat, he will go to the Puri Dham and he will take the Prashadam or the Bhoga. At least like okay, 56 items will be offered to Lord at 64 times in each day. That is the level of Bhoga offering in Puri Dham. Okay. Hare Krishna. So, what is this pastime like? How the gopis are related, and what is the significance of Puri Dham? What is the significance of like okay, Puri and this one Vrindavan Dham? Okay, because if you see, major part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji's life, around 18 years, in his 48 years, okay, he spent in Puridam, which is very, very significant, correct? More than 30%. What is the significance of that? Okay, because we all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the representation of, combined representation of Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna performs their greatest pastime in Vrindavan. So, what is the relevance between Vrindavan and Puri? Let us go into that detail. Yeah. So gopis were the greatest pastime. One of the greatest pastime is like a Ras Leela, correct? Before the Ras Leela, Krishna was playing the flute, and by hearing that wonderful sound, melody, like okay, all the gopis uh, stall their work at home and they assembled in the river, nearby the river, okay, on the Purnami day. And immediately Krishna is asking, okay, why you all come here? Then immediately gopis are saying, no, you only invited us to by your flute sound. No, 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 I was just playing, like, go on to take care of your family. Then gopis were really like angry with Krishna. Then immediately Krishna thinks, okay, I think gopis are little proud that Krishna is mine. Okay, let me go away from this place. Okay, so Krishna disappears from there. Then immediately all the gopis were searching for Krishna. Okay, and they were asking each and every form of the place. Okay, they are asking trees, they are asking the moon, they are asking the sand. Where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? Then Krishna appearing after that. Krishna is appearing, and he is appearing to each and every gopi, and he is performing the Rasa Leela. If you see here in this second photo, the Krishna is with each and every gopi. Okay, so they are playing the Rasa Leela on the Paurnami day. So they are having very excellent time. Okay, so this Rasalila, after this Rasalila, Krishna moves to Mathura because he sees, okay, a lot of demons being sent to Vrindavana to kill Krishna and Balram. He don't want anyone to get killed in Vrindavana, so he moves to Mathura. And from Mathura, after killing Kamsa, like, okay, he's moving to Dwaraka. Then after Dwaraka, like, okay, uh, uh, he is uh, he is assisting Pandavas in the Kurukshetra war. Okay, there's a whole scenario of Krishna moving from Vrindavan to Mathura to Dwaraka and Kurukshetra. So, but all this time, like, okay, gopis are feeling 100 years of separation. So even a moment of separation, gopis cannot accept, okay, from Krishna. But this whole pastime, like, okay, around 100 years of separation, which gopis are just living their life just to show, okay, they are there for Krishna, but they are not eating anything, they are not drinking anything, like a very very badly they are affected with the health. Okay, they are very much separated. Okay, um, so this Ratha Yatra signifies what? This is very very important and intimate pastime, like, please listen very very carefully, because gopis are separated from Krishna. They are very, very upset and Prita. They are very upset and like they wanted to see Krishna. So they are getting a chance. They didn't go to Mathura. They didn't go to Dwaraka, but they are getting a chance to go to Kurukshetra. So in the Kurukshetra, during the war was happening. So one particular occasion, all the gopis, because Kurukshetra and Vrindavan, like, it is a little near, correct? So they are just going and trying to see Krishna. Yes, Yanam, trying to see Krishna. So, but they are seeing Krishna, but they could not able to see. Okay, it is not the Krishna which we see in Vrindavan. The gopis are same, Krishna is same, okay, but the place where they are seeing, it is not Vrindavan. Because in Vrindavan, they could see, they could relate, okay, Krishna is mine and he is a Gopa and he's not the Lord of, like, okay, opulence or Lord of strength or like a lot of etc. etc. No, they are not seeing Krishna as theirs, as they see in Vrindavana. Okay, because the place where they see is Kurukshetra, and Krishna is with Pandavas, and though Krishna and the gopis are same, but the place where they see it is not Vrindavana, it is Kurukshetra. So they are seeing, okay, no, we don't want to see this Krishna, we want to see the Krishna who lives in Vrindavana. So the reason in their mind, in their mind of chariot, okay, they are trying to pull back Krishna from Kurukshetra to the Vrindavan. Okay, that is the thing which is represented in Ratha Yatra. If you see Ratha Yatra during that time, okay, Puri in Puri temple, Jagannath temple, Sri Dham, from Sri Dham, Lord is being taken to Gundicha Mandir. Gundicha Mandir is nothing but Vrindavana. Okay, in the Gundicha Mandir, uh, that is represented as like a Vrindavana in Purida. And in the Sridham, like it is either Mathura, Dwaraka, or Kurukshetra. Okay, so that is how it has been represented. Like that Ratha Yatra signifies the Lord to take from Kurukshetra to the Vrindavana. Okay, so that is what been explained over here, where the gopis wanted to take Krishna to Vrindavana, but at the same time, Lord wanted to experience, okay, what is a Vipralamba Bhav? The gopis are experiencing in my separation. So the same separation, like, okay, he is experiencing while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visits the Puri Dham. Okay. Krishna wants to experience like a rather separation from him. That is what like the Jagannatha always in the Vipralamba Bhav while he goes to Gundicha temple, he was so happy because he is reuniting with all the gopis, okay, in the Vrindavana. So as I mentioned, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri for 18 years out of his 48 years pastime. Then Puri represents like a Madhurya Bhav. The Gundicha temple represents the Madhurya Bhav. Aishwarya Bhav of the whole of the opulence being experienced in the Sri Dham, which is Jagannatha. Okay, the whole Puri Dham is like a Audharya Bhava, which is the merciful form of the deity. Okay. Jagannath, he don't have any legs. Like we will see in the next slide, like why he don't have legs or legs in a hidden form. So he can't run away. So stays always in the near to the devotees, and his hands are like always ready to. His hands would be always like this, correct? Yes, it is always ready to hug the devotees. Okay. Then eyes are seeing the devotees like so. No eyelids and no sleep also for the Lord as we see. Okay, so who is a great preacher? So we all know Krishna consciousness is the topmost knowledge which anyone can receive in this material world. Correct. So one who preaches Krishna consciousness to anyone, they are the great preacher. Correct. But see here, the greatest preacher is Srimati Radharani because she is teaching Krishna consciousness to Krishna himself. Because Krishna wants to see the experience of that Vipramlamba Bhava or how the devotee experience the love for Krishna. Okay, so that particular thing being taught by Srimati Radharani to Krishna. So Srimati Radharani is the greatest preacher because she is teaching Krishna consciousness to Krishna. How wonderful it is. Then why can't Krishna, Jagannath don't have legs? Okay, so in Vrindavan Dham, one of the pastime, like while Krishna was going to herd the cows, okay, uh, then immediately Yashodama is saying, okay, now I will make slippers for you. Please wear that slipper and go for herding. Then immediately Krishna says, I will wear the slippers with only one condition. If you make slippers for all the cows. How many cows Nanda Maharaj has? 9 lakh cows. Each cow, 4 legs. It would be impossible for Yashodamai to make those many slippers, correct? Then Yashoda saying, okay, no, no, no. You go without slippers barefoot also because I can't make those many slippers, okay? Then by hearing this, immediately all the cows goes to the Vrindavan forest and they are making all the pebbles and all the sand very very soft. Okay, they are just going here and there and they are making the sand and the land very soft in Vrindavan. Okay, but still Krishna's lotus feet is so soft. Even the sand, the soft sand would be like okay, would be creating some hurt in the legs of Krishna. That is that much soft. Okay, by seeing this, the gopis were very much worried. Oh, Krishna, your lotus leg is like okay, so much soft, but this Vrindavan sand is like okay, creating a lot of hurt in your leg. By seeing this, like okay, the gopis were worried. Then Krishna says, okay, in my next pastime as Jagannatha, I will not have legs or I will have legs in a hidden form just to satisfy the gopis. That is the reason, like, okay, Krishna's leg we cannot see in Jagannath. So for each and everything, there is a pastime. So that is the greatness of like a Lord. So let us see like a pastimes of the Lord. There is a great devotee called Dasya Bauri, who was coming from a Sudra community. Hope everyone is relishing the pastime. Any feedback? Because I'm going like a bullet train. I don't want to. I just want to hear how you all are feeling.
It's very interesting and nice.
Okay, it's not confusing. Am I not too fast? Correct?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. There's a lot of things to be covered. So the reason I may be like a little fast also. Please be attentive in this 1 hour session, and you will take home a lot of pastimes. Not only home, all these pastimes will take us back to home, back to God. Okay, Hare Krishna. So Dasya Bauri, who was a great devotee of the Lord, no, they will not hear. Yes. Sorry. So Dasya Bauri, who was a great devotee of the Lord, who comes from a Sudra community. So uh, he wanted to offer the one of the coconut to Lord Jagannath, but he could afford. So with his 3 months of hard work, he could able to get one coconut, but he could not able to visit Puri Dham. So he is hearing that one of his friend is visiting Puri Dham for a business purpose. Then he says to him, "Okay, please offer this coconut to Puri Dham and to Lord Jagannath." Then his friend is saying, "Okay, I am very busy. I may not have time to go inside of the temple. Then how can I offer?" Because in the inside the Pandavas also, like I may ask a lot of money, which I may not have. So immediately Dasi Bauri says, "Okay, in front of the Puri Dham, Sri temple, you don't need to go inside. Just say like, okay, just keep your hand like this and say that, okay, your Bhakta Dasya Bauri is offering this coconut, please accept it." Then a friend is asking if he didn't accept it, then bring that coconut back to me. I may consider like I am so unfortunate as Lord is not accepting my offering. Then the friend went to Puri Dham. He finished all his work, and he remembered suddenly, okay, the coconut been given by Dasya Bauri. So let me try to offer as he said. Okay, then uh, he's without any conviction. He's just trying to keep the coconut, and he's trying to offer. To his surprise, okay, immediately the hand comes like this, and the coconut being taken by the Lord. He accepted by the Lord. So he is coming and by explaining all these things to Dasi Bauri. Dasi Bauri was so happy that his offering been accepted. In another occasion, Dasi Bauri visits the Puri Dham, and he could not able to enter into the temple because of like a Shudra community. So what he did is like, okay, he takes a mango, and he is trying to offer, I think, 11 mangoes or something. He is trying to offer to Jagannath, like, okay, from outside of the temple. So he takes one mango and offering to Lord, like immediately Lord accepts that mango. All these pandas were very surprised. Okay, I think you are trying to cheat. Lord never accepts like, okay, like this. Then immediately Dasibori says, "No, no, no. You go inside of the sanctum. You will see the Lord is relishing the mango, and you will see all the mangoes, like, okay, um, uh, mango peel and other things, like you can see inside of the sanctum." So to their surprise, when they visit Lord Jagannath's sanctum inside, they could see like, okay, Lord's face, lot of mango was there, and the peel and other things was there. So that is the greatness of the Sibauri. Okay, when the devotee has a desire, and Lord says in Bhagavad Gita also, like a patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachadi. Tadaham bhakti ubagradam asnami prayatatmanaga. If anyone offers me with like okay, with love and devotion, a flower, a leaf, a fruit, and water, okay, then Lord accepts this. Okay, so he sees only the devotion, love and devotion. Another occasion, Dasi Bauri's wife. There was a Rath Yatra happening in Puri Dham, but Dasi Bauri was unable to visit. So at the time, his wife is offering the food in the red plate. Okay, if you see the red plate, okay, she is offering. She put rice. Okay, then on top of it, she put a spinach. Spinach was like okay, little old, so if you see like the represent by seeing that, the Dasi Bauri is seeing the form of the Lord. Okay, the because the red plate is representing the outer covering of Lord Jagannath's eyes. The rice represents like the white covering of white portion of the eye, and the spinach, which supposed to be in green color, but since it was little old, it was in black color. That represents like the black the eye portion of the eye of the Lord. So he sees in that particular offering, in that particular food plate, he sees Jagannath and he goes into ecstasy. So that is the greatness of the devotee of like a Dasi Bauri, where he sees. Yeah. So that is how like a Dasi Bauri is able to see in the brick plate and the white rice and the spinach like a Lord's form. Okay. So that is a greatness of the Sibori devotee. So other pastimes when in 1810, Vibhishna visit was seen by a priest in the night. Okay, a priest was seeing a very tall person, around 18 feet, 20 feet person, is visiting Puri Dham, and he is entering into temple and he is coming back. Okay, then. To his surprise, he's asking, "Who are you?" Like okay, then he told, "Okay, I am Vibhishna. I am coming to take darshan of the Lord along with many other demigods." Then priest was surprised and he's saying, "Okay, okay, I saw you, but how I can accept it? Like how I can show it to others as demigods are visiting this temple?" Then immediately, yeah. So immediately, Vibhishana giving his omelet. That omelet is uh, very big because he's 18 to 20 feet height. So the amulet is representing like okay, it is almost the size of the bullock cart wheel size. Okay, so as a proof, and even today that amulet is there in the Puri Jagannath temple, and if we have like a good connection with pandas, they can show that particular Vibhishna's amulet. Okay, then in 1890 there was one devotee or like okay one Vishwanath who was trying to steal Lord's ornament, and because like he was committing a greatest mistake, and it was killed by a snake, because the Lord Anantadev like couldn't able to resist the theft being done in the Lord Jagannath. So he came as a snake form and he kills that particular devotee. In another occasion, 1911, Bihari Tahu, like, okay, he was wearing black mask and he is trying to steal the ornaments of the Lord. Then immediately, like, he been hanged also in the inside of the sanctum. So, like this, like, there are various pastimes. In 1746, Captain Beetle was driving in a ship. Okay, that ship got stuck in the way to Pondicherry near the temple. Okay, near the Puri Kshetra. Then immediately someone said, "Okay, you pray to Lord Jagannath, then definitely like, okay, the wind will be slowing and the ship can move back to Pondicherry." To his surprise, like okay, it was done. He just prayed without a full conviction, but the wind got reduced and he could able to sail through Pondicherry. On his way back, okay, he was donating a huge bell as a donation or a token of appreciation to Lord Jagannath. So that particular incident uh, was even today, like the bell is there in the Puri Jagannath temple. Okay, Talicha Mahapatra, he was a great priest and a great devotee of the Lord. While he was decorating the Lord, he wanted to see, okay, Lord in the with the hair. Okay, because Krishna in Vrindavan, many at times, like, okay, he has a very long and curly hair. So he want to see, like, okay, how Yashodamai was trying to bind the hair. The similar way, I want to see, like, a Lord Jagannath's hair, so that I can offer him very nice way, like decorating him to his immediate request, okay, desire. Lord fulfilled by Lord has like a so much of hair. Okay, then uh, every day they take the garland offered to the Lord and they given to the king. Okay, it happens every day. So on that day, like, okay, the king got that particular garland, but he feels like a hair on the garland. Then king was very furious. Okay, how come Lord Jagannath's garland has hair? So he thought, okay, the priest taken that garland and given to some woman, and from that woman he is taking that garland. He was so furious. He told that, okay, you have 24 hours to prove. So if you can't prove, like, okay, but then the Talicha Mahapatra is explaining all this incident, but the king is not trusting him, and he says, okay, you have to prove within 24 hours, otherwise, like, okay, you will be hanged to death. Okay, then Talicha Mahapatra was trying to consume poison. Then Lord says, okay, no, don't worry, tomorrow you will be saved. Okay, then next day the king visits inside the sanctum and he sees, okay, Jagannath has hair. He thought, okay, the Talicha Mahapatra would have been created some artificial hair, and he would have given to a Lord. Then he was trying to pull the hair of the Lord. Then immediately, to his surprise, the blood comes while King pulls a hair. Then king got so upset. Oh my God! Okay, I have what I have done. Okay, I have disrespected the Lord. I disrespected the devotee of the Lord. Okay, I committed a biggest sin. Okay, he was requesting the forgiveness from Lord and Lord's devotee. Okay, so whenever the Lord's devotee has a desire, Lord will take any form to fulfill. So there is another um, aspect we need to understand. Then one more thing, like a Madala Panchika, the daily routine of the Lord's pastime by Pandas will write those routines, and they will keep it in the they will keep it as a reserve. So in the eastern East India's the British prevailing. So at the time, like they don't want to see the glories of the Lord to be known to many. So they want to create this Madala Panchika. Like, okay, they created a lot of bad images to Lord. So all these pandas, like, preserved those Madala Panchika under the ground. Okay. So because they don't want, like, okay, lots of fame to go in a different manner, so they populated, like, only the proper fame to all the common people. Okay, so they will in Puridam, they will see, like, how a Lord is accepting our prasadam or boga. They need to see, while the priest is, like, okay, doing the achaman, he need to see Lord's form in his hand while taking the water. Then only it will be concluded, like, okay, Lord accepted the offering. Otherwise, like, okay, they have to re-prepare everything, and they have to offer to Lord. Okay, in the preparation also, you see, like, okay, they will keep a pot on pot on pot. So the first part and the last part cooks at the same time. That is very, very surprised. Like, even today, the fire lit by I think Srimati Radharani not yet gone off in the Puri Dham. Okay, so one time they saw, like, okay, cat on Balram's shoulder. Then to purify the temple, they have to take the water from the lake, which is 40 kilometers away. So because until then, like, there would not be any boga would be offered, because in Puridam, like, a lot of devotees live their life only with the prasadam. Okay, if you see, there are many the Rath Yatra, this Rath will be prepared by the family of devotees would be like around 100 plus. So they will not take any prasadam outside. Like they will take all the 3 times. Like the prasadam would be served only from the temple. So they were not getting the prasadam. Kind of like a riot was happening because so many families are suffering because of this cat on the Balram's shoulder. There was no boha or no prasadam offered. Then they saw, okay, some bad thing done by someone. That is the reason, like a cat was on the shoulder. So they purified the temple. Then they prepared the prasadam boha and they offered to the Lord and taken as a prasadam. So in another occasion, Lord Ramanuja, Ramanuja, the great devotee, visited Puri Dham, and he sees like, okay, a lot of Pancharatrika Vidhi. The proper rules and regulations are not being followed in Puri Jagannath temple. So he goes and says this to king, and the king says, okay, from tomorrow you can inform all these things to Pandas, and they can follow that rules and regulation. Hearing this, the pandas were very furious. Okay, they go and have a fight with the Lord. Okay, oh Kalia, okay, oh black-eyed one, oh black-colored one, Jagannath. Are you not satisfied with our offerings and our way of offering that this one? You want like a Pancharatrika Vidhis? What kind of Lord you are? We are dedicating our life to serve you, but you want like a more. So likewise, like they were having very intimate a fight with the Lord. Then by hearing all these things, like, okay, Lord Jagannath just making comes into the dream of Ramanuja, and he immediately like, okay, touches him. And Lord Ramanuja next day, like while he wake up, he is in the near Vizag, like Sri Kulam. Um, and he is able to find the Kurma Kshetra over there. Okay. So next day, king sees, okay, Ramanuja is not there. Then he's saying, Pandas, like, okay, you do as per your way. So Pandas were so happy. So that is another thing, like in Puridam, Pandas hold a very, very special connection relationship with the Lord. Okay. This, in another occasion, like a Hanfoda Hanuman, there would be Hanfoda Hanuman because he can't hear anything because the priests were complaining. The ocean is making so much noise. Okay, so to suppress the ocean noise, Lord is appointing Lord Hanuman, which is Hanfoda Hanuman. Who takes all the noise and he suppresses all of it, and so that like all the uh, other devotee like can do the can properly like, okay, can properly pray to Lord. Okay, so that is how the Sanfoda Hanuman is making devotees like to pray to the Lord. Another occasion, like a Vedic Hanuman, the ocean comes often to temple in the full moon day. The priest offer prayers to Lord. Okay, please stop the ocean to come inside the temple. So the Lord says, okay, how is it possible? Um, it would not be possible because Lakshmi Devi resides in the ocean. The ocean is nothing but like, okay, my father-in-law. So how can I stop? Then he appoints Hanuman for that task. Then Hanuman stops the ocean to enter into the temple. So that is a reason like he's been called as Bedi Hanuman. Okay, Bedi Hanuman. One occasion, the ocean still comes to the temple, inside the temple. Then they see like a Hanuman was not present. Then Hanuman says, no, 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 you are offering very Chatvik Prashadam. I don't want like I want the spicy Prashadam. So then from that moment onwards, like, okay, they just tied Hanuman in that particular place. So that is the reason like it is called the Bedi Hanuman, and they offer like a little spicy prasadam to him. So even today, like you can see Bedi Hanuman and the Hanfoda Hanuman inside the temple. So in Puri Dham. Okay. So the another occasion, how we are on time. Hope I am not rushing. Huh? 9. Okay, fine. Hope you can. again another 10 minutes. Are everyone okay? Because we'll complete this. Yeah, one time, like a king
Yes,
was in
Prabhu.
very playful mood while the prasadam was offered to him. So the king was playing. So he accepted the prasadam on his left hand. Then, after accepting the prasadam, he thinks, okay, he is very upset. Oh my God, I accepted the prasadam on my left hand. How bad it is. Then immediately he thinks, okay, I need to give punishment to myself. What kind of sin I committed? It is very, very bad. So he can't accept any this one, correct? Like he will not be punished by any of the minister. So what he did is, okay. He is informing to the minister, every day in my sleep, okay, some mysterious hand is coming near my bed. So please, you just intervene and you just cut away that hand. Then immediately, minister says, okay, today you don't sleep in your bedroom. We will see like that hand coming. Then the minister was in that room, and immediately the one hand is coming, and minister cuts that hand immediately. Like, okay, then uh, the next day, uh, minister says, okay, this is a hand I cut. This was the hand like disturbing you during the sleep. Then the king says, "Oh, okay, very good, because I want to give the punishment to myself. Since if I ask you to cut my hand, you will never cut. So the reason I told this lie, okay, as a mysterious hand. So since I accepted the prasadam on my left hand, so I decided to give punishment to myself to cut my hand. So the reason, like I played this drama. So that hand was cut as a punishment, king given to himself. Okay, because he accepted the prasadam on his left hand. So that hand was buried in the Jagannatha Vallabha garden, where the tree will be coming and the flowers will be offered to Lord. Okay, so that is how, uh, since king cannot see the Lord, okay, he plucks the leaves from Dayanaka tree, and he will offer to Lord. Even today, this incident, like, okay, the Jagannath Vallabha garden and Dayanaka tree picking up that flower will be celebrated once in a year on that day where the king can be his hand. Okay, that is the greatness of the king and this pastime, Jagannath pastime. In another occasion, King Purushottam Dev, he was trying to marry the king of Kanchi, daughter like a Padmavati. The Kanchipuram king was like the devotee of Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, and Purushottam Dev was like a king of the devotee of Lord Jagannatha. So during they visit King Purushottam Dev, and they see like, okay, the king is sweeping the floor during the Rath Yatra. So they could not able to digest how where in the universe, like, okay, where king is sweeping the floor for Lord. They were ridiculing. So then they were saying, okay, Ganapati is bigger than Lord Jagannath. So definitely, like, we can't accept you marry. Okay. Then they say, okay, let us have a fight between King Purushottam Dev and the Kanchi kingdom. Let us see, like, whomsoever winning. Okay, they have to accept. Okay, that their king is their Lord is the bigger one. Okay, if Purushottam Dev wins, then Lord Jagannath is bigger or greater. If Kanjidev wins, then Ganapati is bigger and greater. Okay, likewise, they started the fight between these two kingdoms. And on the first day, like, okay, King Purushottam, they have lost because he was always in the devotion mode. Okay, he don't have any great soldiers, and he is not dedicating his time like for fighting. So first day, like, okay, he could not able to win, and by seeing that, okay, king is worrying not for his defeat, but he can't accept the other lord as the greatest lord. Okay, he was so worried in his mind. Then on his surprise, like, the results are getting announced. Okay, there is the king Purushottam Dev, like, he is a winner. Then he was asking, like, how it can be a winner. Okay, then He's on the way, like he's going, and he's meeting a lady, like a Manika. Her name was, she was a buttermilk lady. She was saying, okay, there were two brothers came. Okay, they were tall and they were very strong. They told, okay, they are the soldiers of you. Okay, they taken lot of buttermilk from us, from me, and they just given only one garland to me. And they told, I asked money, like, but they given only garland. They told that, okay, they did a great battle to protect your kingdom, and they taken a lot of buttermilk, and they given only this garland, and they went off. Okay, then by hearing this, Purushottam, they was like, so surprised and so happy. And he was hugging that buttermilk lady, because you could able to see the darshan of the Lord, and you got the mercy of the Lord by their garland, which is very very great. So that was great. So by seeing this, like, okay, king was asking, what you need, buttermilk lady. Okay, then he says, whatever distance you are asking from seeing this land, you take, and it is your land. You take all those land. So even today, there is a place in Puri Jagannath, okay, in the Orissa. There is called Manika Patna. That Manika Patna is nothing but the buttermilk lady taken that much land, which was donated by Purushottam Dev. Okay, Manika Patna. Okay, that is the greatness of Lord and his devotees. Okay, like like a lady sees the Lord as like this. The wives of Narasimha Mehta or Tukaram or Jayadev Goswami, all these great uh, devotees' wife also seen the Lord. Okay, so this is another pastime. So Navakalaivara, like the new body, the new deity will be formed once in every 12 or 19 years. Okay, the priest will be the Mukin. Three priests will be chosen, like to form the to create the Navakalaivara. So one time, like they went to Madhya Pradesh to take this because it will come in their dream. Okay, this is the place where the Daru Brahman, like that wood has to be coming from or has to be taken. So they were running close to 22 days, like to take that wood from the Madhya Pradesh. And it was a Muslim family, like in their home, the tree was there. So they requested, and like, okay, the Muslim family will be given that wood also. Then they formed the deity of the Lord. Okay, they given the tree of the Lord, took off the deity. So during the Stana Yatra also, like a Anavasara period, where Brahmapatra, the small opening in the deity, like where the they will create all the deity from old deity to new deity. Someone will just like, okay, take the life from old deity to new deity by closing their eyes. At that time, the entire Puri Dham, the entire Puri, there will not be any electricity. Yeah, that Anavasara period, and like the Navakalevara time. So the life will be transferred from old deity to new deity. So the color of the deity, like Jagannatha has to be in the dark color, Balabhadra has to be in the light brown, Subhadra has to be like in the yellowish, and the Sudarshan has to be like a reddish. How many branches the tree will have? What is the sign of the tree? All those things like being represented over there. Okay, so these are the very minimal pastimes we could able to cover in this time frame. The key takeaways, like they always engrossed in Lord's pastime. Okay, Jagannath, he fulfills our desire as we wish. Okay, we have to contemplate these pastimes and get mercy from the Lord all the time. Okay, so this is the lecture. I could able to do it like with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas. Please let us pray to Lord Jagannath to get the mercy, because He is the Lord of the universe and He will fulfill our desire in the way like we are asking. So Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Krishna Balram ki jai, Radha Krishna Balram ki jai. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thanks all for listening very patiently. Like any queries, any feedback, any doubt.
Thank you, Prabhu, for so much information on Lord Jagannath.
Yeah, yeah, correct, Prabhu. Like let us dwell. Try
Very
to
nice, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Something interesting, different with the stories,
Yeah, correct,
pastime.
Prabhu. Yeah, there are many pastimes. So these are very, very limited one, like which we could able to cover.
Where
So
to read all these things? Where to read these things pastime?
many lectures and many this one, Prabhu, like this heard from many lectures. To be frank, not from one lecture or one this one. Yeah,
Book.
please revise,
Not from
hear
one book.
this again. Yeah, so that we will get the mercy of the Lord Jagannath. Yeah.